Yeah, this is my Gogmazios longsword builds for longswords, and I'm gonna show you different versions of them, which is a comfy version, a regular version, and then two budget versions of those two different variations of comfy and if you don't really care about comfort and want to go crazy. So follow me.
皆さんお元気でしたよ先生。
So as you can see, I put in quite a bit of work into these builds. A lot of them, well, not a lot of them. Some of them is complete. Like as you can see, my dragon, my favorite version, doesn't have the good roll set. I haven't been lucky enough, and it's been hell. And trust me, I've been fighting him almost 100 times. Well, killed him almost 100 times. So like, yeah. So let me get into the builds. So let's first start off with the comfort builds. The comfort builds are all the same. You know what I mean? It's copy and paste. I feel like you could do a little bit different if you have a different type of talisman that works best for you. But I feel like it's better for me just to show a copy and paste version so it's easier to make. And this is kind of the end game. You don't have to have this exact talisman, but if you can have something that gives you that maximum might and or something that can help you replace any of these, go ahead for it. Because there's like, even though I use this, there's like so many different versions of like talisman that I can like use. I'm trying to think of a good one like for comfy wise. It's around here somewhere. Sorry about that, it won't take it too long. Like this one, two divine blessings, two recovery up, and I have a level 2 jewel slot, so I can put the maximum might there. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It just whatever you use can replace the skills. As you can see, these are the skills you want to try to go for, and but they're able to switch up as you want. So obviously you want to have Gogmazios, Gogmacopolis, and Lord Soul Roll. You want to have at least a sharpness EX boost, affinity EX boost, and an attack EX boost. And then the other two really doesn't matter if you want to not really have a critical eye talisman, try to go for more affinity boosts, or if you want more attack. It really doesn't matter. As long as you have at least one of each, works out perfectly. And you want to have element focus so you can really maximize your element. Oh, I moved back out of that. My fault. You want to have master. So the jewels for the weapons gonna stay the same. You want to have mastery. Once you have mastery, you get a master touch. When you use longsword, you really want to do the one combo where you don't, where you just non-stop doing crits. You know what I mean? So you gotta have master touch, and you gotta have at least one critical boost. And then I like to have one. I mean, and then I like to have a element and a crit element jewel combined. But it depends on your talisman too, because you can kind of like, for example, where is it at? Like crit element, I can run uh fire. I can run that. You know what I mean? Then I can max out my critical element. You know what I mean? It really just based off of your preference. It's an in-game build, but like you have a lot of freedom with this shit. So I just wanted to get that out the way so I can speed run the rest of the build. So this video isn't gonna be long. But you want to have Gogmazios helm. Doesn't matter which one. Uh, New Undra's chest piece for that counter strike and the jewel slots. A lot of these is because of the jewel slots and what they give you. Gogmazios, Van Braces, doesn't matter which one. Same thing with the coil, which is I call it this the skirt or whatever you want to fucking call it. Doesn't matter which one either. And then you want to have Duna's, the pants. So with the jewels, you want to fit in Tennerizer so you can get that weakness exploit level 4. And then that kind of also ties in with your critical eye. So you can get to, I think I did the math, I got to like either 98 or 100% affinity. Plus with the maximum might, plus I already have 16 affinity. So do the math and shit like that. I know all the builds are at least is no less than like 95. I think is that's the lowest maybe on one of my weapons, and the highest is like 102, 105. affinity. So like you're in a good range. You don't need a get perfectly. So Tenderizer, to be honest, you these two are free slots if you want, and then obviously you want to run the medicine and then protection jewel, and basically you get quick sheath level 3, which is very necessary when you run longsword. Recovery up so you can heal yourself pretty, heal yourself good so you can keep that peak performance up, and also so you don't die. Divine blessings level 3 is always amazing. um, Weakness deploy self-explanatory, same with maximum might, for the affinity because you don't use your stamina when you do the longsword chain combo. Agitator is nice to have, get that little extra attack infinity bonus. Burst is really good. You really just need one level, but it gives you level 2 with Gogmazios, so it's good to have. Counter Strike, it really works when you do your I forgot it's called the slash. You know what I mean? The one move where you do. Well, if you're on PlayStation, you sheath your sword and you do R2 at the right time. It works if you do it correctly. So that always helps. And the element absorption helps if you look at the bottom right. You know what I mean? It helps with your element resistance, which will go up more if I actually ate. So, and then you know what I mean. So it really helps out for a lot of monsters because if you have a lot of resistance up, you don't take that much damage from like fire, obviously drag, whatever element it is. Excuse me, real quick. And then obviously level 4, you get the God Mazios. You get the barrier, which really helps out with your peak performance. So that's the first build for the comfy water, but it's the same for each element. So now this is for the more you don't really care about comfy. You kind of want to, don't mind the name, you kind of want to go crazy. You don't really need all the extra shit. So same thing, same jewels there. The only difference is you're gonna change out um, two of your gear. I kind of forgot which one it is. Oh, so you want to change out your waist for uh, Jinda Hides, Arch Temper waist, and then you also want to put in Gogmazios greaves, like the same as the other ones. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Um, and then when you do that, you have clearly higher agitator, and then I did peak performance level 5 since if it's more for like I feel like this is more speed running. If you know what you're doing, you're not really gonna get hit. Keep that peak performance up. Do as much damage as possible. Weakness up to level 4. It balances out. Like I said, the affinity. I'm not gonna keep talking about it. Like I said, the lowest, if you do the math, it gets to you like 95, maybe maybe a little bit less, but no less than that. You know what I mean? The highest like maybe 105 or something like that. Counter Strike, keep that level 3. Kick Quick Sheath, you need that level 3. That's a must, guaranteed. Recovery up, I feel like you can take these out if you want. You can put that for, I don't know what you would really put it in that would probably do better, but I feel like keeping that peak performance level 5, and what I mean, just keeping that high damage output and stuff like that is really good. And then now let's go to the budget builds. So let's go with comfy. You go with comfy. It's literally like the same thing. You know what I mean? I just kind of like changed it around a bit. You know what I mean? With like the jewels, I guess. You know what I mean? So with the budget, you just kind of run the weakness exploit level 2. Um, then you kind of just fill in whatever you kind of want. You know what I mean? I put in protection level 3, and then obviously give quick sheet level 3, and then recovery up level 3. Uh, but like I said, you know what I mean? You probably, if you play long enough, you can like get like a good talisman, so you can don't even have to use that. But that's if you just don't want to put in the budget. But then this, I didn't like fill it up with this jewel slot with, you know what I mean? Because you can really do whatever you want. And then one thing I will say, um, I think it's the comfy build, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot to mention with the comfy build, you can really slot out the gobbler. I liked it because the speed eating really helps make sure you keep that health up there so you can stay alive, and then it's really beneficial. I've been liking it because I guess the Gog Mazios comes with speed eating level 2, and I've been fighting Gog a lot of times with my Gog set against Gogmazios, and like this is like what I run when I run him, when I fight against him, because it's incomplete because I don't really I didn't really have the builds to do it and stuff like that. But that's pretty much the video. I've been yapping on too much. I if y'all want, I do have Gore Magala builds. I'm not gonna show them though because they're incomplete because I want to do more test runs and stuff like that. Plus, a lot of people already do Gore Magala builds, but no one really do longswords. I know you get more benefit if you run like dual blades and stuff like that with element, but I promise you, you do a lot of still damage with element. Don't sleep on it, like you know what I mean. And then oh yeah, paralysis. I run this paralysis just in case I kind of want to feel like a little fancy and switch to the paralysis, try to get a paralysis real quick, and then switch back to my element. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then if y'all want to know how to do quickest way to do re-rolls for Gogmazios, leave a comment. But leave a comment for anything if y'all feel like, oh, you're incorrect about this. I always like construction criticism. Just don't be an asshole with it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even respond because I'm not gonna deal with that. I haven't made this video in a while. I just posted. I feel like this is my personal opinion on best longsword builds. Take it how you will. Play the game how you want to play. That's gonna make it the most fun. But I haven't did this in a while. I'm pretty happy because I put a lot of time and effort into it. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe.